If you're even slightly a gym bro who likes to consume fitness content, then this guy maybe has come across your content feed. If you like to count powerlifting, strongman, bodybuilding as one of your hobbies, then you definitely know this guy. And in case you are an Olympic weightlifter, you not only know him, but he's also part of your gym playlist. And he might just be the reason that you are a weightlifter in the first place. There have been tales about heroes who have been said to be born with the strength of 1,000 men, their bodies made of steel and their soul having a will of fire, who follow the classic hero's journey, going on an adventure, saving the princess, sitting on the throne and bringing peace to the kingdom forever. But this story that you're about to witness, it has none of it. This one is about persistence, rebellion, grit, and letting go of things. About a guy who spent 15 years training in a basement, breaking world records just for the sake of lols and giggles. The saga of It is 2006. The internet is young, MySpace was cool, and YouTube is still new and it's being filled with people jumping off buildings doing parkour. When you are 12, looking like a badass is the only reason you need to try something. And that's exactly how Clarence Kennedy at the age of 12 started his athletic journey. Jumps, flips, parkour, free running, all sorts of masterpieces like December FU. Now you guys have to answer me this. What happens when an athletic prodigy touches a barbell? What a cute kid! What a cool flip! Hello, satanic beast doing inhuman flips and tricks.
Oh my god! What a masterpiece!
Clarence started weightlifting to supplement his tricking skills. But life had different plans because there came a plot twist. Clarence was not just good, he was freakishly good at weightlifting. Within the first few months of training, Clarence clean and jerked 100 kgs. It did not take long for him to snatch that weight. Now if you do not understand how mind-boggling that is, let's picture a human potential bell curve. You are somewhere around here with your 140 kg squat, and here is Clarence at 99.999 percentile. And if it is still not clear enough, here you are, an average mortal. You will experience disease and death. Now here is Clarence, a little god among men. Soon after he snatched 115, we can almost see a trend here. Because for this athlete, setting personal records is the norm, not the exception.
What the fuck?
And Clarence was not just strong, he was also smart. Because he knew he had extraordinary talent and he had the drive, the will to make the most out of his potential. Unlike most college students discovering the joy of poor decision-making skills, Clarence made the uncommon choice of complete focus. No parties, no distractions, no shebonking random pretty women of fertile age. Now every hero needs his companions. Somewhere around this time, there comes Ian Murphy, the Fridge, David Nolan, and around this time, the YouTube weightlifting scene was picking up. And as Clarence improved, his training videos cemented him as one of the best weightlifters the YouTube space had ever seen. It is 2010. Clarence, at the age of 19, competes in the European Junior Championships. How does he place, you ask?
It's a bomb!
After all this hype of being a beast and a genetic outlier, don't you think that's a bit disappointing? Well, just like the Irish Fridge, Clarence does not disappoint. Well, 2 years later in 2012, Clarence comes back and he breaks all the Irish national records. It has been 12 years and Clarence still holds them. But as they say, all good things must come to an end. Due to a combination of high-intensity, high-frequency training, Clarence around this time started to have knee issues. His knees were unimpressed with his brutal training. During the 2013 European Junior Championships, Clarence had trouble even walking. And he was trying desperately to negotiate with his rebellious joints through a cocktail of painkillers and cortisone injections. Clarence at least successfully made a total, but the negotiation failed spectacularly. Because soon after, Clarence developed patellar tendinitis. This also turned out to be a breaking point, because after this, Clarence simply stopped competing. Weightlifting as a sport has always been corrupt. It was always overrun by fraudulent doping practices, urine swapping doppelgangers to all the way of bureaucratic failures. For years, the top dogs have sold the system for money. Every now and then you get news of some Olympic medalist getting stripped of their medal. The only ones who are spared are those with deep pockets and pharmaceutical strength of a whole country behind them. Now what happens to underdogs like Clarence who do not have the whole nation's resources backing him? They're simply left with some vague sense of injustice. A vegan had walked into a steakhouse. When a person suffers at the hands of a system that is unjust, cruel and exploitative, often resentment is the result. Maybe I can stretch this logic to say that people who are successful in the system are not only undeserving beneficiaries but also immoral supporters of such a system. But at the same time, these beneficiaries are the ones I often love and adore. The 3-time Olympian gold medalist Lu Xiaojun, who was once hailed as the king of online weightlifting. Lu started his career at the age of 14 and continued till he was 38, that is 24 years, and he only stopped because he was caught in a doping scandal using EPO.
Come here, child. Go mix this in uncle's bottle. It makes his pee-pee come out extra yellow.
So should I consider Lu simply a fraud now, or should I consider his 24-year-long career simply irrelevant? And who am I supposed to hate? The athletes? The specific countries? Maybe the whole system? God himself? I simply cannot decide. I believe Clarence had the same dilemma. Maybe he felt anger against the people who abused the system. Maybe he felt like name-calling specific people as an attempt to establish justice. And he surely wanted to spray paint fraud on every Olympic podium. Like a man who has seen too much, knows too much, Clarence simply chose to walk away. An act of quiet rebellion with no theatrics of name-calling or finger-pointing, because the only winning move left was not to play. And all this when Clarence is quite open about his anabolic use, despite having all the opportunity in the world to lie about his natural status and sell random supplements to gullible people. Clarence simply chooses not to be complicit in a system that is grotesque and absurd. But for the people, for the audience, there was no way to know all this was happening, because from our point of view, Clarence had disappeared all of a sudden. For the whole year of 2014, there was pin drop silence on his social media channels. But then all of a sudden, multiple things happened. Clarence not only comes back, he has gone vegan, he has started cycling, and he has started wearing those glasses, and people will be making those Harry Squatter jokes now. Harry Squatter and the boy who lifted. People in thousands asking him, how do you meet your protein requirements as a vegan? Somebody replies, your mother's Oh internet, you never disappoint. Clarence is not just known for his strong lifting but also his radical honesty. Going vegan is not a very popular stance on the internet. On the internet, the average intellect of an answer against veganism is often,
I like bacon too much.
but on the contrary, Clarence, being a vegan, has always been very articulate and clear on his stance. The only type of meat Clarence is eating is, even if I say his numbers, oh, he has 190 snatch, 225 clean and jerk, I believe it does not do him justice. He's the archetype of the raw, unconventional athlete. His cultural impact is that there is a whole generation of people who try to lift like him, look like him. Do not even try to tell me that you have not tried to copy his ass-to-grass squat stance. In a world obsessed with accolades and medals, Clarence is a man who rejected the stage but not the craft. The elite athlete who likes breaking world records for the sake of lols and giggles. So do you want to see more videos on athletes which are pretty weird but still very honest? You should subscribe. Yeah.